Down in the depths of my soul, feeling the loss of control and in the spirit, so colorful. Easy feeling, then let's go to a place where you belong. Give you strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising,
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel, where tonight it is Fan Forum Live. Unfortunately, Danielle's not with us tonight because she's a little bit unwell with no voice and a sore throat. So get well soon, Danielle. I'm sure she'll be back on the channel very shortly. Couple of things I want to mention just before we bring some guests on. I want to thank everybody. I've hit 5,000 subscribers this afternoon. Which is quite incredible, just considering I started off just with me and a phone, started doing off some videos, and to get up to 5,000 subscribers is quite incredible. And alongside that, there is going to be quite a few changes to the channel in future weeks. I'm not going to say too much tonight. I will be bringing out a video tomorrow just explaining all the changes, etc., as I want to take this channel to the next level and move it forward, which is primarily what I want to do now anyway from now on. So I've decided over the last few days, really, that some changes are going to have to be made. Some shows moved, some shows cancelled and things like that, and move on, really, and go to the next level, which is, like I say, it's what I want to do. And I just hope you all can support me on that when I release a video tomorrow explaining what's going to happen. Fan Forum will definitely be staying because I love doing this. Obviously, all the sort of previews, reviews, and everything like that are going to stay as well, and recorded stuff as well. So some big changes are going to come afoot. What you will probably find is there's going to be a lot less bad language on the channel. I've also thought about that a lot and thought that to attract extra subscribers of certain ages and things like that, I need to tone down things like that. So even when I'm going on a rage, the language has to be toned down, I think. So I've had quite a lot of feedback from a lot of people who've helped me with this in the last few weeks to come up with new ideas and things like that. So that's where I will be heading. So like I say, I'll be bringing out a video tomorrow explaining everything. So I just hope you watch that, and I hope I get your support as usual. But thank you so much for getting me to 5,000. Certainly it's onwards and upwards from here. But without further ado, we've got some guests to bring on. If you do want to come on the show, the link to join us live is pinned in the live comments. Just click on that. That'll take you through to StreamYard, and I'll be able to see you waiting in the waiting area. But we got 4 with us so far. We've got Ryan, we've got Roy, we've got Dave Harrison, and we've got Louis. Good evening, people.
Good to be back.
Good evening, all. How we
Good
doing?
evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yes, good evening. It's Ryan, it's good to see you back on, matey. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Roy, good evening. Where are you joining us from tonight? Your mic's off, Roy. Your mic's off. Oh, we've got an issue with sound there with Roy. I'll let him sort that out. Dave Harrison, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad. Still kind of get rid of this cold. I mean, Daniel Brether's got it way worse than I've got, but
Yeah.
back on the chest. I feel absolutely awful.
It is
but,
terrible, isn't it? Considering the stick you guys gave me.
Yes.
You know, it's swung full circle, shall we say? But
It has.
Yeah.
Yes, we knew you weren't well, but you know, still just don't take it.
It's not a very nice virus, but
it isn't. No, it's flipping horrible, mate. Absolutely awful.
the only thing you can do is battle on.
Yeah.
Louis, good evening. No, Louis not there.
Yikes.
Wow, we've got some
Looks like
issues
it's
going
just
on here
three.
tonight. Roy, are you there now? Roy's not even there. I don't know what's going on tonight. We've got some bugs. We've got two people. There's plenty spaces, guys. If you want to join the fan forum, just click the link that's pinned in the live comments. You can join us. Ryan, Unai Emery, what's your thoughts?
Get him in now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you know what the thing is with the fan base is I feel like there's side where like we want attacking football, we want this and that. Like I honestly don't care. It's just about the manager and if he'll stabilize us, which Unai Emery will, he'll organize our defense and I just think it's just a good appointment. Like it's just unfinished business from him too, because you look at it too at Arsenal, like he worked with scraps almost. Like I had to do a bit of research. Like he got to a Europa League final with people like Jenkinson, Iwobi, Koscielny, Mkhitaryan, Danny Welbeck. Like this guy's serious stuff. Obviously, this Europa Leagues, like it's crazy. And you know what the thing is too? He's the guy that gave Joe Willock his debut. So, and Villarreal just scored too. Actually, I'm watching that game.
Have they just scored? Have they?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I'm all in for him.
Yeah, I certainly am as well. Dave, is that Coronation Street or something in the background I can hear?
Oh, I don't know. 2 seconds. I'm not watching it. Tot, turn it down a bit. she's watching something on iPlayer, you know.
All right. I just didn't know if it was. It was just
No, it's
feeding
not,
into me.
no.
I'm thinking, what am I listening to here?
Sorry, mate. Just turn it down.
How's your feelings on Unai Emery? Are you yes or no?
I'm a yes. You know, what's his name would say, it's a yes from me. I definitely think he's got the credentials. I wasn't 100% convinced about Fonseca, but I would have had him as well because I hadn't heard of him much, but I looked him up and he seems to have a pretty decent record. But Emery's, you know, European credentials speak for themselves. Was it a 49 point something win percent, which is twice more than the previous incumbent have I got. So yeah, it's not definitely done yet, but it seems like all the smart money's on him now, you know. So the one thing I do feel a bit silly about, they've got Emery and they've still got Eddie Howe. Well, I wouldn't have thought they're in the same
very
league.
Strange that report this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Where
it was.
I think it was the Athletic broke it first, and then came out with it's down to 2, which is what my video was all about earlier today. If you haven't seen that, check that out after the show.
Very good.
Basically, it was very strange because I thought if Eddie Howe is in the mix here, why is it taking so long? Because if Eddie Howe was in the mix and he was going to be appointed manager, that could have been done. That could have been done way earlier than this. Roy, are you with us? Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yay! There he is.
There we go.
And where are you speaking to us from tonight?
So I'm at home now. I'm in my little bar room that I've turned into a little tune. I'll show you.
Oh, he's going to show us and he's gone off.
Oops.
Oh no.
Roy, you've moved and your internet's gone crazy. Get back to where you were.
He's having a John Sinclair moment.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's having a John Sinclair.
What's happening?
I don't know, mate. We can hear you, but we can't see you. Modern technology is disgraceful, isn't it, really?
Don't you just love it?
Get yourself logged back in, Roy. We'll catch you shortly. Yeah, me. It's not
I have
going
better
well. Louis, are
connection
you with
Canada
us now?
than some of you guys.
Earth to Louis.
Yeah, I'm with
Are
you.
you there?
Wi-Fi is having a howler today, but I'm here.
It seems that way.
I'm here.
Everybody's
Can you hear me?
Wi-Fi is going mental.
I'm good.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, Ryan. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I don't know what's happening
Right.
with mine.
I can hear you now, Louis. What's your thoughts on Emery?
Well, I turned the match off after 2-0.
Oh.
Look a bird that way.
Yeah. And what's your views on Emery coming in as manager?
I did a bit of research for this, so I have a few thoughts on it. So Villa Real are 13th, Newcastle in 19th, so it's kind of a relegation battle between the two, which could be understandable if he was going to come over. He's won 3 Europa League titles with Sevilla. I think that's how you pronounce it. Won a Liga 1 title at PSG. And then looking at his Premier League record at Arsenal, he had 71 matches. He won 43, he drew 11, then he lost 17. So that gives you a win percentage of 60.56%. That is higher than Arsene Wenger. That's higher than Rafa Benitez, and that's higher than Brendan Rodgers. So maybe you could say Unai Emery is the perfect choice. But
I think
I know it's a toss-up between the two because you could have Eddie Howe come in.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Roy's doing.
He's fighting his internet by the looks of it.
Yeah.
he's smiling, so he's obviously all right. There you go.
There he is.
Well, he's frozen now, so. Right.
Can you hear?
I'll give him another shot in a second. Danielle, good evening to you.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, Paul, Ryan, Dave.
I just saw you swanning on the Loaded Lads channel there.
Moonlighting again, yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's all about the moonlighting. What do you think of the news about Emery breaking? Is it good? Is it bad?
Well, I think it's great because you've got a winner. We're getting a winner on board, a Europa League winner.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't a bad manager if you won the Europa League with 2 different clubs.
Yeah.
He's won the most too.
Yeah, and also looking ahead, a manager of that caliber will be able to attract good players.
Yeah. He will have contacts all over the place, and that's a thing that maybe somebody like an Eddie Howe wouldn't. You know, the contacts across Europe, etc. Unai Emery is actually joining us. He's sending messages in from the dugout tonight.
He was on John's channel earlier.
Yeah, he's with us now. And good evening, Pet. I'm ganning the Toon for a few brune ales. Once I land in the Toon, want to join me tomorrow evening? I'll be starting with the strawberry before moving on to the Irish Centre. So he's going to be hopping around. And he also says, I hope me Geordie lingo isn't bad this evening. I mean, did you guys see the thing on Twitter today, which was it was spooky, really. It was
he looked like Dracula.
No, the one I tweeted out that I retweeted actually. It was a few years back, 2018 or something, with Emery just walking around the pitch.
Oh, that
James is with Jimmy Neal playing in the background. And I thought, wow, that is
all coming in motion.
Yeah, very
in the eye again when that was on.
Oh, I mean, I love that song. I mean, that song is just poignant for many different reasons. I think for Newcastle fans, and you know, just watching that is quite incredible. And to have that song playing while he was walking around the pitch, and then you think, wow, you know, 3 years later, and here he is, ready to be appointed Newcastle United manager.
Do you know the thing that got me more with that little clip, Paul, was the fact he walked out and you could see he was about to turn around and he stopped. And he stood there for a couple of minutes and you could see you're just soaking up this atmosphere, aren't you? That's what I mean, whether he was or not, but that's just the feeling I got. Yeah, he thought I could be here, you know. So
Roy, are you with us?
Yes, mate, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Hey.
It's unbelievable. I've got stupid iPads. So
right, well, you're in the. Now. We can hear you now, so that's the main thing. What's your thought on Unai Emery?
Anything's better than what we've got now, I think. it was a disaster last weekend.
Yeah.
We just need fresh blood. We just need someone to change the whole setup of the team. Save the season. We've got 10 games left before January. I can't see us win the games in December, so we've only got 5 games really to play for. You need 3 wins. So let's see what happens.
I mean, you know, given Unai Emery said, anyone want any duty-free tabs when I land in the Toon tomorrow evening? He then says, well, you know, I'm picking up the local accent well enough already this evening. I mean, guys, we were absolutely terrible at the weekend against Chelsea. I think, you know, Dave, I mean, we spoke after the match and it was dreadful. But, you know, Ryan, from your point of view, I mean, did you watch much of the game?
Yeah, I watched it all after work actually, without any spoilers, and like, so I was going MIA for a bit on it, and it wasn't that great, to be honest. I was more mad about the fact that Matt Ritchie was starting rather than us being 5 at the back, because I've said it from times, the guy's finished. He's not good enough to play in the Premier League anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care if people say it's his leadership. I care. It's more about quality and how good you are for me. And he's not it. And literally both goals came from his side. Tell me any more why he should be starting. There's none.
I think the whole thing now is pretty obvious, and I think, I mean, don't get me wrong. If we get Emery in tomorrow, I don't expect miracles at Brighton on Saturday by any stretch of the imagination. It's not like he's going to work a miracle in 3 days. I think Graeme Jones will have his influence heavily on that side on Saturday. And we just have to give Emery an opportunity. I think the international breaks come at the right time because we don't have that many away, which means that he can work with generally quite a strong side for the upcoming Brentford game. He can put his ideas across straight away. But I mean, Roy, did you see the game on Saturday?
Yeah, I watched the game here with the Doha Mags. There was about 14 of us.
Right. Where did it go wrong, do you think?
7 defensive players as well. Again, nothing going forward. I said it last week as well. Usually when you play defensive, like with Steve Bruce, he used to be too defensive, but he still had some midfielders on, and it'll be Wilson isolated. With this one he's doing now, he's isolating Maximan and Fraser as well. Every time Maximan had the ball, the defender was on him. Lost it straight away. Same with Fraser. I can't blame those two. Wilson wasn't even there. How many times did he touch the ball? So,
yeah, it's very frustrating. Sorry, guys, my comments have just jumped again, so I do apologise if I don't put yours on the screen. But obviously, everybody can see it in the YouTube chat. Big Mally says, "Congrats, Paul. It must be your dulcet tone." Well, thank you very much. Anthony says, "Keep up the good work. Looking forward to seeing what the changes are." Keith says, "Get well soon, Danielle." Thomas says, "Please don't get rid of the 4 horsemen." Look, some people are going to be happy, some people aren't. I can't help it. I have to go in the way that I think. I have to go in the way that I think is going to take the channel forward. And to be honest, if you subscribe to the channel, it's because you like all the shows. It's not just because you like one show. Everything changes every now and again. TV shows change, YouTube shows change. And to be honest, you know, it's getting to the point where I want to move away from the dirty side of things and the dirty comments and all of that kind of thing. I'm a football channel at the end of the day. And I have to, although I love doing it, you know, I have to think of other subscribers as well, thinking, right, people aren't subscribing because they don't like hearing that kind of thing. And to be honest, I'm a football channel, and that's what I want to really dedicate my time to. It takes a lot of time to make these videos that I do on pretty much a daily basis anyway. It takes a lot of me time up because I obviously do this full time. So, you know, I do the video, there's a whole processing thing to go with it, then uploading, then processing it through YouTube and things. It's not an easy thing to do. It's quite an expensive thing to do as well. So I have plowed a lot of money into it, and that's the way I feel like I have to take the channel. But like I said, I'll be doing a video tomorrow just explaining all the changes and what's happening, and I want you guys involved as well, which I'll also explain on there. But hey ho, we'll move on with the forum for now. Andrew says, "Are you going to have exotic dancers on your new schedule of programs?" Obviously, no one from Stanley, Percy, Main, and Benwell. No, I'm not, Andrew. Tom says, "Fan forum staying great news, onwards and upwards. Looks like the 4 horsemen, maybe no more." You guys can, apparently John Sinclair's already let his bloody gob go on his channel tonight. So I don't know what
I was
he
wondering
said.
about that. He's like, I got some breaking news, guys. He's like, oh, I won't tell you. Wow, way to keep you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. So he didn't actually say anything, did he not?
Nope.
Right, okay. NUSC for life. You can't stop the dirty banter on the Four Horsemen. Congratulations, Paul, on reaching 5K. Cheers, Keith. Thank you. I take Eddie Howe all day long over Emery in our current predicament. How will manage the job of survival better for me? Dave?
No.
Fair enough. Todd, we've got Todd coming onto the screen. Good evening.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
We're doing well. Where are you from, Todd?
I'm from Georgia.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
We are going worldwide again.
We're global.
Yeah. Newcastle fan, Todd?
Oh, yeah. I've been watching I've been a team fan for 11 years now.
Right. Fantastic.
I came in right after I got to see the last half of Chris Houston, and then
all right.
Got to see Andy Carroll.
Yeah,
I got to see Andy Carroll play 1 year and sold to the Reds, and then Czech Tiote was my boy.
Yeah, God bless him. God rest his soul. Yeah, he was a lot of favourites. I don't know whether any of you guys saw that he was there. His son was there at the top.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And he had a lovely photo pointing to his dad's name on the players board. I thought that was really touching. It was fantastic. We've got Billy Watts returning after his spell with COVID. Good evening, Billy.
Billy.
How are you doing, bud?
I am out, mate.
Good. I'll ask you first, Todd. Obviously, news breaking of a new manager. Do you know much about Unai Emery?
Not really. I seen him, with Arsenal, but I didn't. To be honest, the past 2 years, I really haven't watched a lot of football because I just couldn't stand it with Mike Ashley. It just really turned me against it. With him going away. Yeah, it's really brought it back. I'm really, I enjoy it. It's a beautiful game,
Listen, you're not the only one that Mike Ashley's turned away from football. There's been plenty of fans returning since he went. Billy, what's your thoughts of Emery? Are you happy, or did you want somebody else?
No, I'll take Emery, to be fair. I think he's a good manager. Obviously winning Villarreal the Europa League, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah, that's right.
So, he is a good manager.
He's won the Europa League 4 years out of the last 7 years.
I think he is a good manager.
Yeah, that's one thing it is about Emery, is he wins trophies. And right now, that is vital for us to try and win something, just to get on the winners board. And I think that's what we'll try and do early on, is maybe target the cups. Now, the FA Cup this year, depending on who we bring in January, may not be far away if we get a decent third round draw, that is. But no one else will get Chelsea away or something like that in the third round. We normally do. But yeah, I'm happy with Emery as well. You what? Who said something there? I definitely heard a voice.
It was Watts.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't. It was Louis, I think. But Louis on a bit of a John Sinclair delay tonight. I mean, Dave, when Emery inevitably comes in, because I mean, it looks like he's something like 1 to 9 favorite, 1 to 9 on to become the new manager now. It's. What do you think he's going to do between now and January with this set of players that he's got?
He's going to shake his head and think, "My God." What he, in my humble opinion, as I always say, what he has to do is look at the players who aren't getting a game, like Shaw and Fernandes, etc. And he's got to start looking at it and asking, why are those players not in? And then, talking about the defence, I was watching something on the chat before, and somebody said that the defence is solid, the midfield's not so good, but they've got no strikers, because I know they've got some injuries at the minute, but they're dominating the game, which is what I would love to see. So we've got to get back to the thing where our defence is as solid as it can be, and the midfield attack, and that's what I'd want to see him do it if he can. But we have to be honest. What was it? So we said the other night, is it 6 other players were in the Championship a few years ago,
Yeah.
And I mean, I've said loads of times Richie's one of my favourite players, but he's gone. He's his legs have gone. He's not what he used to be. Same
I can't see
Shelby.
Emery putting up with the laziness that we've seen over the last few weeks.
No,
of these players just rolling around.
Yeah, I don't think Shelby will get a game under him because he'd want that midfield.
I think he'll kick Lascelles up the arse, like.
Yeah. He's absolutely got to sort that midfield, that defence, and midfield just in front of the defence, which he's not doing. You know, so.
We'll have Lascelles and Pau Torres as our centre backs.
Listen,
I'd take Pau Torres any day.
Yeah.
I want Connor Cody and me. I want Cody for Wolves.
Absolutely.
Cody and Tarkowski.
Did you see? I mean, thank you, CFC Florida, for the $5 super chat. He says, "Big up the J panel and hi all, and especially to my Georgia neighbour." So he must be talking about Todd there. Well, thank you very much for the super chat. I think with regards to snapping the team into place, I think K Moggy makes a good point here that he plays a 4-3-3, and that's exactly what we need. So he really wants Emery in.
He plays a variety of formations almost. Like he's playing 4-4-2 a lot with Villarreal as well. So
yeah,
he just on the fly though, doesn't he?
Well, it's good that he's a subject to change manager because he knows when things go wrong that he'll make the change, unlike fucking Steve Bruce.
Well, I watched the game this weekend, and I was watching the guys, and they wasn't closing down at all. I mean, as soon as a player would get up on them, they would back off, and I was just like leaving all kind of space.
Yeah. The thing is with Emery's teams too is that they press high, so I'm looking forward to see how that works.
I mean, the problem we've had the problem we've had all season is the fact that we're too deep. And teams just playing behind us so easily. You know, Wolves did it. You know, Huang scored 2 goals and blatantly exactly the same goals. You know, and if you look at Lascelles, he's not pushing us high enough up the pitch. Now, what I watched that Wolves game last night after doing the show because I recorded it and I watched
I watched a bit of it too.
Now, you watch Connor Cody. I mean, he is, even when sort of the ball is being passed to him, he's applauding. He's applauding his team. And then he passes it on, and then he's geeing somebody up while he's passed the ball. And then when they score a goal, he's grabbing players and screaming at them, thinking, come on. And that must be amazing to have a captain like that who just is so passionate and wants to win. He's a winner. And I think it put him in our Newcastle United defence. We change straight away. We transform.
Yeah, agree.
Because he certainly won't let us sit back as much as Lascelles lets us.
But Emery should be able to do that with the players that we have now. I mean, they finished 13th last year. I mean, there's talent there. I mean, it all comes down to coaching.
Lascelles has been a 0 out of 10 for me this year.
Definitely.
Lascelles is dreadful.
Especially in Southampton, giving away that penalty last minute. Like, what are you doing, pal?
I think the emotions.
Yeah, I think Lewis this season's a bit like Van de Beek at Man United, like with Bruce and thingy. Same as he's got talent, but he doesn't get played. Like under a good manager, I think he could be a decent.
That's why I'm so mad that he plays because Richie offers nothing anymore.
He's too slow.
Certainly not what he's playing, right? That's the thing.
Well, apparently Emery hasn't really responded to the goals that Villarreal have scored. I think it's 2-0, maybe just 1 actually, but he didn't really celebrate, which was interesting. Keith says, "You sound bad there, Dave. Hope you get better soon."
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah. Nuno is back. Yeah, no, thank you. Jordy says, Unai Emery is the name that's got me excited, unlike Fonseca. It's amazing, really, because I mean,
he's Premier League proven.
Yeah, he is.
He knows the league.
Yeah,
he knows the league.
Yeah. Peter, thanks very much for the £5 super chat. He's quoted Unai Emery, Black and White Army. How are the lads?
Yeah,
it could be. I mean, what sort of formation would you play, Roy, on Saturday at Brighton if you have everybody available?
4-2-3-1. Back 4, I'll get it Richie and Clark. I'll have Shaw and Lewis.
So you'd bring in
Oh,
Lewis
okay.
for Richie and Shah for Clark, yeah?
Clark, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll go with 2 defensive midfielders. So I'll go with Hayden, and unfortunately, I have to go with Shelby. I don't want to see Longstaff anymore. He runs
Okay.
like a 70-year-old.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I've had ACL on both my knees. I bet I can beat him in 100 meters. And then I'll go with the 3 in front of them. I'll go with Maximan, Fraser, and Almiron.
Yeah.
Just behind Wilson.
Yeah.
You'll have to have a go. You'll have to have a go. You can't just sit and park the bus.
Yeah. I have to
Listen,
agree.
I agree with that. I mean, we can't do what we did against Chelsea and Crystal Palace. We haven't got the players to do it for a start. We just we're not that sort of team that's defensively. I mean, Louis, what did you make of the comments that Jones made about Fernandez?
That he won't get another game. I mean, that's just. Oh, have I frozen again?
No, I can hear you, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear
All
you.
right. So the comments that Graeme Jones made on Fernandez was unbelievable. I mean, like that he's not going to get another game. He's not even going to be put on the bench. He's not even going to get on the pitch. I mean, why play for the club? I mean, you could just be God in January. I mean, what's the point in having a player there of good talent and not playing him? It's just not right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the comments. Danielle, I mean, saying that there's no place for him on the bench, he should actually be on the pitch, not the bench anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's a starter. Fernandez is a starter. He's our best centre back there. Player like that should not be bench warming. He should be out there, doing his stuff, sorting that defense out. A very bizarre comment, I must admit. Very bizarre comment.
He's played at a higher level than all of our other center backs. He played for Napoli, plays for he played for the Argentinian team, Swansea when they're decent. Like, I knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, he knows.
I mean, if you look at our bench on Saturday, right, and how many of those players could actually have started that game? You've Dubravka was on the bench. I'm sorry, if he's fit to be on the bench, he's fit to start.
He's fit to start.
He needs to start next week.
You've got Almiron on the bench. You've got Joe Willock on the bench. You've got who is it?
Joe Linton.
Joe Linton.
I mean,
there was almost 100 million quid on the bench.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what
frankly, the bench should have started. Simple as
the bench would have done better than this fucking start.
I agree. Stephen's joined us. Good evening, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, you all right?
How you doing, matey? What's your thoughts on Mr. Emery?
I'm gonna be a bit controversial here. He wouldn't be me exact first choice. I'd put it that way.
And why would that be?
I just something about it that bugs me about him. I don't know what it is, but I'm not exactly over the moon with him coming in, but I'll back him anyway.
So who was your favourite? Who did you want?
Fonseca, I wanted.
Right, so what sort of gives you the edge of Fonseca over Emery? Given Emery's I'm playing
yes, Emery's won trophies, but I'm just thinking too much of his time at Arsenal, where he failed at Arsenal, but I'm probably thinking too much of his time there.
Did he really fail though? That's what I'm asking. Like, did he? Listen, he came in. He took Arsene Wenger's place, and it's a very similar situation to what happened at Manchester United. Fergie leaving and David Moyes going in there. He was always facing. It was like a death sentence, really, for Moyes going into Man United. And I think the similar thing happened to him at Arsenal. But you look at some of the players that he's actually bought in the past, and that really excites me. Some of his signings in the past. I think the only one that failed really was Pepe.
And he was meant to buy Zaha, but they didn't. Board didn't let him.
He's a big fan of Zaha as well, which leads me to believe that we'll probably go in for him, possibly even in January. But we have to wait and see. I mean, if he's got the door, then there's no reason why that he won't go in for top quality players. But see, I mean, Do you think, Stephen, in your own mind, that he actually failed at Arsenal, or do you, when you look back and think logically, maybe he's just, going in after Wenger was always going to be, a massive uphill struggle given what happened at Manchester United when Fergie left?
Yeah, I do get that. Yeah, it's probably big shoes to fill when Arsene Wenger had been manager for Arsenal for so many years. As it is, yeah. Probably he was gonna hide into nothing. He was never going to be liked as Arsenal manager. He wanted somebody else decent in, and probably Emery didn't fit that with the Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans don't really like the managers anyway.
No, they don't. The fact of the matter is, I will. The abuse they gave Wenger for what he'd done for that club, I'll never ever understand that. And of course,
shocking.
Just because we call Steve Bruce a couple of names because we want him fired after 2 years of failure, I still don't get it. And the way they spoke about Nuno in the media, saying he had to be sacked, Well, what right do they have to say that after the way they've treated the Newcastle United supporters?
And he had a better win rate than Bruce ever had.
Oh God,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We got Connor joining us as well. Good evening, Connor.
Right, Connor.
I think Connor's going to fail at Tottenham.
I
think so.
Connor, what's your thoughts on the news today about Unai Emery?
Nope, he's not.
Are you there, Connor?
Welcome to years. I think anyone's welcome after what we've had the last few years, but
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
I think anyone's welcome really after what we've had for the last 2 years. I wanted Lucien Favre, but beggars can't be choosers at the minute, and we're in a bit of a dire situation. So I think we just need someone in who's gonna get the best out of what's here. There is some talent in the team, but it's not an abundance of talent which we can move forward with. We just need to survive and improve.
Yeah.
But I think Emery will be good. I think he handled that last one quite wrongly. He got to Europa League final. He did finish 8th, fair enough. So they have better expectations than that. But since then, what have they done? They finished 8th and I know they got an FA Cup final, but that was with Emery's team anyway. So
exactly. CFC Florida, thank you for another £5 super chat. He's put Emery at Arsenal, 51 games played, 25 won, 13 drawn, 13 lost without a lot of support, 49% win ratio, and 74% WD. So it's pretty decent, if we're openly honest. I just think he needs to be given time. This is one thing he needs to be given, because if he comes in, we have to remember that until January, basically he's playing with Steve Bruce's players, and if he gets even a slight tune out of them, he's worked miracles. Roy, you look at December's fixtures. We're in the deep dark realms of the Milky Way when we go into December, aren't we? It's literally an impossibility to see where we're picking points up from.
Yeah, we need to pick up points from the 5 games in November. We've got Norwich and Burnley. That's must win, both of them. I don't know. Let's see if we can pick anything up on Saturday. And I think we'll pick. If we get 3 wins, before Christmas, we'll be fine end of the season.
Where would you see them 3 wins coming from?
Norwich, Burnley, and no idea.
Possibly Brentford, as much as that's a dream.
Let's see what happens Saturday.
Brentford.
So,
that was one of my...
Maybe Brentford, but I think they've lost a bit. I think they've lost a bit of the spark they had in the beginning of the season. So you never know. We might catch them at the right time.
Yeah. Ryan, what's tickling your laughter buds there?
The fact that Sunderland are 3-0 down.
Are they?
No. One of the goal scorers is a Canadian guy too.
Oh wow! You know what it is?
I thought it was brilliant, the Shearer celebration. That was fantastic.
Rotherham at the weekend. Yeah, the Shearer celebration.
And the funky chicken as well, what Kevin Nolan did.
Brilliant. They're dropping like a brick in the middle of the sea now, Sunderland, all of a sudden, aren't they? Oh,
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for them, I do.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Emery's got a verbal agreement now, it says.
With Emery?
Yeah, verbal agreement with Emery.
Yeah. I think he'd be named manager tomorrow. I genuinely think that. So
I hope so. Need it.
I hope so.
We need him in, and we need him in urgently, and at least he'll get a couple of days with the players. You know that. That's what we need. I mean, as I say, I think it's going to be a heavily influenced Graeme Jones side again on Saturday. I'm not expecting anything from that.
No, I'm
then,
not.
You know, that's the Brentford game is the one I'd be looking forward to see. You know, a little few changes implemented by Unai Emery. Paul, Newcastle should snap up Unai Emery as he's a proper manager. Eric, the West Ham fan, who's gone off there? Somebody's vanished into the I don't know.
I just want to play a little bit of a devil's advocate here, though. I know.
2 seconds, Todd. Has anybody told you sound like Jim Ross?
No, sir.
Oh my God!
I just when you're talking there, I thought, am I listening to the wrestling here?
It
is a Southern thing, so
it is, yeah, definitely. Go on. What was your point?
The table.
You know, I mean, I know, you know, from here, y'all, you know, over there, y'all are just, you know, big diehard fans. I mean, I'm a big diehard fan as well, but
yeah,
I'm watching from the outside, you know, from the outside in, and I want to be patient. I want the club to do the right thing because, you know, I love Newcastle. You know, I bleed it, you know, black and white, and I just don't want them to hurry up and get the wrong thing because, you know, a year down the road we get relegated. We're gonna say, oh, they rushed it. You know, I just want it to be right and take their time.
Yeah.
Don't forget we're on a journey, guys.
Yeah.
We're on a journey, but we have to make sure. I mean, Todd's right. You know, we have to make sure that this is the right man, given the predicament we're in. However, we also can't afford to wait too long because, you know, it could be that we're 9 points adrift of safety after Saturday night. You know, so it's massive, this game, really. You know, if we can get it, I'd be happy to come away from Brighton with a point, to be honest. You know, but to go 9 points adrift, I mean, that's going to sink hearts going in the national break. And that Emery's job, let's be honest here, is going to be absolutely immense. It is an immense job that he has ahead of him to get us out of the rubbish that we're in. But, you know, I mean, whatever's been said to him, you know, to convince him to come with a club in this situation has got to be positive. Let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no way he would come to Newcastle if, given the position we're in and the players we have, unless he's had good authority that this can make major changes in January.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing. Now, this is funny. You know, I bought Football Manager 22, and I took over Newcastle and was playing it. I could not sell none of the damn players. They would not buy them.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah. Do you know what it is, though, Todd? That's probably just like real life. I mean, can you imagine it comes to January and we're trying to offload players like, you know, Joe Linton, for instance? I mean, who in God's earth is going to buy Joe Linton?
Celtic.
Sell him to Real Madrid.
Celtic.
Top class player.
Louis, you back with us?
Yeah, there's Louis.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's better. I can hear you
perfectly.
Can you hear me? There. Yep.
I'm on my phone now, so.
Good. Bede says, I think Emery will reinstate players like Shah and Fernandez back in, as he wants to play out of the back, and Shah has the composure for that. Because that is certainly one thing that we can't do, Billy, is play out from the back.
Definitely not. No.
I mean, would you trust us playing out from the back, Billy?
No.
With the players that we've got?
Nah, we need big changes. Like, I know this will never happen, but on Saturday, I'd like to see we go for it, playing attacking football, see what we can do. Because on the back foot, what can we do? We can't do anything. Like, play 4-2-3-1. Bring in Almiron, bring in Fernandez, bring in Shaw, bring in Lewis, and just see what they can do.
Yeah,
just give them a chance.
You know what? I'd love to see Elliot Anderson given a chance as well. The kid.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him since the Arsenal game, and let's be honest.
Kel Watts as well. He's been playing pretty well.
He's doing well for Wigan again, isn't he? He had a good season at Plymouth as well last year. George makes a point here saying, according to the commentators on tonight's Villarreal match, most fans would be happy to see Emery go and someone new come in, which he found surprising. I think that's a bit harsh.
What, Villarreal fans?
Yeah, but I think that's a bit harsh given that he won the Europa League with them last year. I mean,
they're
Jesus Christ.
Their club is tiny and they won the Europa League. Like,
Yeah.
I saw a stat where like they only got a few thousand in that town in Spain. Like, I don't know. I guess that's maybe Spanish football.
Has somebody got YouTube on in the background?
No.
No.
Nah, not me.
Just I can hear like the program about 5 seconds after. Never mind. Sign Josef Martinez on a 2-year deal from Atalanta and watch Miggy blossom. Fusion reunited. Do you know much about him playing in America there, Todd?
Oh yeah, I watched them Atlanta United. Yeah, Martinez is good. I like the manager that they had. He's the Mexico manager now. Tata Martinez. I think it's Tata Martinez as well.
Yeah.
I love the style of football he plays. It would have been good here, but I was happy to see Miggy come. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think alerted Newcastle to Miggy in the first place, was the partnership he had with Martinez. Will, good evening. He says, "Hi Paul, your channel has grown so much since I last watched you." Well, thank you very much. Welcome back. Jan says he is playing left back, does a good job there. Says talking about Torres. Andrew says, for the lightweight that Lascelles is, Emery will kick him up the arse so hard that he'll land in Goodison Park. Rafa, you can have him.
You know what I heard from Everton fans last night? I was watching some Toffee TV, and people in the comment section were saying they're in a relegation battle. I mean, come on. Shut up.
No.
What planet do they live on?
Well, yeah, I mean,
it seems like it's mixed. Like, it's more that they're blaming Rafa, but they think the players, like, people, like, they don't have good enough replacements, like, when their top players are out.
Yeah. And the Coldest deluded. Well, there you go.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Kieran makes a point here saying Cody is Scouse also, so you get the passion of the fans.
Yeah.
I think the fans would love Connor Cody simply because of Connor Cody's passion. Which is something that I'd love to see. Anyone wanting to play one up front is delusional. How many seasons have you all mourned? Our strikers are isolated. They have nothing to work on off for, and you all still want to play with one up top. Crazy. But a 4-2-3-1 is very different to how we're playing now. We have a lot more attacking options than what we do now. That's just the way it is. I mean, Louis, what would your ideal formation be?
God. Back four. Give me a minute. I'll come back to that one. I'll have a think.
All right. What do you think, Stephen? What formation would appeal to you? Stephen?
4-2-3-1 all the way.
Yep.
That's our best formation. I've always said it. Like, I think it's, you get all your best players in, obviously, with Wilson, ASM, Miggy, Fraser. You got all your best players in that sort of formation. Whereas the one we play now, we don't get them in.
Yeah,
that's 4-2-3-1. I've always said it. It's our best formation. We should be playing it.
Agreed.
Definitely. Good evening, Jack. Not a fan of Unai, but we'll get behind him if appointed. Smash a like and subscribe. Thanks, mate. I caught Jack out today actually because me and Dave met him at the weekend because he came up from Bristol with his partner Emma, and there was a picture it sort of flashed up on, I don't know whether it was Twitter or Facebook, but I had to save it basically because it was Jack sitting with work gear on with a Chelsea hat on. So I put it on my post on Facebook and obviously copied Jack in, and it turns out that he'd lost a bet Chelsea had beat us in a match or something like that, so he lost a bet and he had to wear the Chelsea hat. So I did let him off with that. Jan says Cody and Tarkovsky, Ramsey, Cruz, Donny van der Beek, and Dembele. Brozovic in January window will do the. Wow, that is some money spent in January if we get them.
That's a window and a half, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, I could definitely Cody. I'm not sure about Tarkovsky. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I
don't even know about Cruz.
Well, Cruz.
I don't know about Dembele. The guy's made out of glass.
Yeah. I mean,
he's
Cruz,
always injured.
J7 is better on left wing than Fraser, says Stephen. Well, we don't know that because Fraser never sudden plays there, to be honest. But, I'd love to see Fraser given a shot on the left-hand side instead of in the middle. Hayden and Willock in the middle. I'd go for that.
Yeah,
Imagine if we get Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, magic in midfield.
I'd take Cruz, actually.
Yeah, there's only one thing. Obviously, Cruz is going to have to play the ball a bit quicker because obviously, having played in the Spanish league for so long, he's going to have to, realize that he won't get the time.
Yeah,
he's good enough to adapt to that, though.
But yeah, I agree with you there. But with him, I mean, he's a World Cup winner,
won
as well and Champions League winner. So I think he will be good enough. But yeah, Cruz would be a quality sign. That I'd accept that because
Well, that's an interesting comment there. Newcastle buy Tarkovsky, Lingard, Koulibaly, Cody, Traore, Brozovic, and then future buy Adam Armstrong and Ivan Toney and Ward-Prowse. What is missing? A defensive middle midfielder and centre back Tarkovsky. Bloody hell! I tell you what, we're spending some cash.
That's a shopping list and a half,
isn't it? No, Jesus Christ. The last time I saw frozen images like tonight was on an Iceland advert. There has been some internet problems, no doubt about it. Sunderland losing by 3. Yep. Cody and Tarkovsky. We've seen that one. Got to act and get manager in this search has to stop. Yeah, I think it will be. I think it'll be announced tomorrow. If Emery comes in with all of his language issues, Fernandez will be really important. Look, I think Emery's. I think he'll have learned some English by now.
Yeah,
I really do. Because he probably thought there was always a chance that he'd be coming back to England.
So it's not. There'll be peanuts for them to hire translators.
Exactly.
Well, it leads to it, don't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at him. He's a very strange man, isn't he?
He's odd.
I mean, I thought Bielsa can speak English, just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I heard that.
I know, but what's the crap with him sitting on a bucket, man? It doesn't make.
Because apparently he's got quite a bad lower back, Paul. He injured it a few years ago. I don't know how, but he did. So he finds it comfortable to sit in that way.
Probably because he's down. He's like this all the time. He can't see, but he's like this all the time.
Yeah.
It would break my sudden back if I did something like that. Jesus.
I could get out, Paul, but I wouldn't be able to get back up, that's for certain.
Very, very true. I mean, where do we go from here? I mean, it's just waiting for the announcement now. I mean, do we think it's coming tomorrow? I mean, Connor, do you think it's coming tomorrow?
I would hope so. I mean, I don't think we can wait any longer now.
No.
I mean,
it's been
that will
3
get
weeks.
a result at Brighton, even if we do get a new manager tomorrow. So
yeah.
But I just want to manage it in now so he can look at the team rather than sitting and waiting. Now wait to the international break and then start trying to work on the team. Let's just get him in now.
Yeah, agree.
Connor, do you think that Jones has missed a trick here by not putting his stamp on the team while he's been in charge and sort of going along with Steve Bruce's running of things?
Yeah, definitely. I think. Jones said before as well that with when Bruce was there, he used to take his ideas to him.
All right, Danielle, see you later.
See you later. Cheers. See you guys. Cheers.
Jones used to go to Bruce with ideas, and then Bruce would choose if they was the right ideas. And now I want to know how much of an influence he actually had because the team hasn't really changed. We played well defensively against Chelsea, but the team is still pretty much the same team we've been watching the whole season. Nothing's really changed bar Fraser. And I think I'd actually rather Joe Linton than Fraser in there, to be honest. If we're hoofing the ball up, there's no one to take the ball down. Wilson's just fighting a losing battle on his own.
Yeah.
He's just playing English national team tactics, right?
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Ginger makes a point saying, remember, Paul, Emery didn't have a say on signings at Arsenal. Yeah, which is why it was so difficult for him. Because it was so difficult to replace Wenger, and not having a say on signings made it even worse. Are we keeping you up there, Ryan? I mean, it's probably only around tea time in Canada, is it?
It's 5:25.
Oh my God!
I don't know what you guys mean by tea time. Like what?
Sorry, dinner time.
Oh, I would know. I'm gonna. Well, the thing is, I think you guys had your clocks turned back. It's in Europe. I gotta wait till Sunday for that. So
do your guys' clocks change as well?
On Sunday, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. I thought we were the only idiots that did that.
Yeah, like your fan forums usually start at 3:30 for me, but it's 4:30 this time.
Wow. Oh, well. I do apologise for that, but I don't have a say on British summertime and winter time and whatever time it is. Roy, what time is it over there?
It's almost 12:30.
Right, so you're about 3 hours in front, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
So last week it started at 10:30. Today it started at 11:30.
Oh,
about
dear me.
Ago.
Oh, dear.
That's at night, Roy, is it?
Nah. But sorry, I sleep at 3 a.m.
All right.
And I haven't slept since last Saturday after watching that shit show.
Yeah, join the club, mate. Join the club. And Todd, how about you? What time it is over there?
It's 5:30 p.m.
You're right. So do you call it dinner time as well? Do you?
No, I call it beer time.
Good
man.
Yeah, that's definitely the way forward. Kieran says the only thing that is worrying these Premier League teams are going to want stupid prices for their players. Yeah. Varna, I'm kicking you out because you can't say whatever you want. So
I think he's already out, Paul.
Yeah, she is. I can't kick her out, so she's already been kicked out. So bye-bye, Varna. You can't say anything you want. So see you later. Evil person. Fair play to him. If he comes to us, it's going to take months for him to change this team's negative mentality. I mean, that's one thing that this new manager is going to find a major problem with this team is to get rid of the Bruce era, for the Bruce attitude to this team. Connor, I mean, obviously, we know that these players have sort of had Bruce drilled into them for 2 years. Can we expect anything from Emery early doors to get this sort of mentality out the system?
I mean, I think with any managerial appointment, I think the boys will be a lot more confident because they know that this person's here to stay. With Jones, they're a bit, he could be here this week, he could be gone next week, so they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think a bit more of a understanding of what's going on and how they're going to try and move forward might make a slight impact straight away, not a major impact like we're going to go beat everyone we play, but the team might get that little lift. Like we had a little lift against Tottenham for 10 minutes, but then we all know what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, Morgul makes a good point there. He had a 22-game unbeaten run at Arsenal and an 11-game winning streak, and then the board didn't back him come the transfer window. So you know what it is. It's for me. We've got to see it more logically than I think. Than just look and say he was sacked at Arsenal. I think we have to look into the reasons for that.
It's the same thing of like fans saying, "Oh, I don't want Eddie Howe. He got relegated at Bournemouth," but there's more context to it.
Of course there is. He took them from the lower leagues up into the Premier League. I mean, he did a fantastic job.
People don't want to look
there.
at context nowadays.
But I can also understand Stephen's point when he said he wanted Fonseca because he wants to see a different style of football. He wants to see a more attacking style of football because all we've seen for 15 years is, almost 15 years, is negative defensive football. So I can understand, do you think Emery will play a bit more attacking though, Stephen?
I hope so. I mean, I'm all for him. I'd back him as back as any manager. I just want to see them get away from this crap defensive formation that they've been used to for 2.5 years on the Blues. I mean, that Chelsea formation was just absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it was.
I like Jones, but I have to criticise him for playing that sort of way. He was like a Bruce 2.0 on Saturday.
Yeah, he's not a number one. He's clearly not number one. Archer is joining us. Good evening, my friend.
Good evening, Paul. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing, Matt?
I'm all right.
Right, what's your thoughts on the news today?
I just hope I hope we do get him. Anyway, but
would he be your number one choice, Archer?
To be fair, I thought we would have took Fonseca, but then obviously everything just started basically changing every week. And like the amount of managers that have been linked with since Bruce got the sack, we've been linked with Fonseca. Fonseca was the favourite to be taken charge, and then a whole lot of names were in the frame. So I would personally I saw your channel this afternoon, and I heard that it's between the two, Eddie Howe or Emery. For me personally, I would take Uma Emery.
Yeah, I think the majority of people would. I can understand the shout for Howe as well. It's just the way it is. Paul makes a comment here saying, gutted about the Horsemen, but I watch all the shows like many of you, and we still have a laugh on those. Great to see how the channel has grown. Well done. I haven't announced anything.
You never said no to it.
I've never said anything's going yet, so just rumour mills are going clappity clap at the minute. Good evening, PD Proudlock.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Canny.
What's your thoughts on Emery? Would he be your number one choice?
I think you actually would be now. I mean, the bloke can win trophies. Where he's been, he's done it with Villarreal last season. I wouldn't mind seeing him through the door.
Yeah, definitely. He's watching this stream apparently. Okay, Cody and Tarkovsky. Jan, you've sent that in 3 times, mate. Never mind. Sunderland still 3-0 down, which I find hilarious. CFC Florida, thank you for another $5 super chat. Villarreal were plenty attacking in the Super Cup against Chelsea. Indeed, there were. Right, are we going to see a turnaround?
You just lagged. What?
I just lagged there, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do apologise. Are we going to see a big turnaround, Roy?
I hope so. I think Emery's going to walk into the training ground on his first day and see some of the players and think, "Oh my God, how are those guys playing in the Premier League?" You need big changes and big characters to step up. So I think Fernandes and Shaw will start games. I think Shelby might. I think he's still got it, but it just seems lazy. Sometimes he looks careless. But he's probably the best passer we've got in the midfield.
Yeah, he's the only one that can bring the ball out of the defence. That's the thing. We haven't got a ball playing centre back apart from him, really. I mean, somebody who we have confidence in that can bring the ball out, and that's what we want to see. He's very good at distribution. I understand that. A couple of times he's been put in midfield to try him out there, and I can understand why, because he's a good passer of the ball, but he's not a midfielder. He's a defender. Sean says, hi, Paul. I watch a Toon Review because it's the best show on YouTube by far, and you are the best hosts, so take the show where you think best, and I will follow, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, Sean. I think Julie's having a bit of a time of it in the mods tonight. Ginger says, Emery will get the CDMs in first. He loves 2 ball-winning midfielders. And if we sign Van der Beek, they're a player who can run a midfield. I think Van der Beek would be fantastic for us.
Yeah, totally agree.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just sitting here thinking, the guys, that's kind of like a locker room atmosphere. They've had broken promises after broken promises after broken promises, and it's kind of the stench is set in on them. So they're just, to me, they're going through the motion. With the new manager coming in and be a breath of fresh air, I think it'll rejuvenate the guys, and I think they'll really put their best foot forward. And I think we'll start to see a lot of good football coming out of them.
Yeah,
I think Joe Linton will probably even step up.
Well, I was going to ask about Joe Linton. I mean, does anybody think that Emery could get a tune out of him?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I mean, who actually thinks that he can get a tune out of Joe Linton?
I do.
I think if like a 4-4-2 as like a second, as like another striker or left mid, or even left wing, I feel like will play to his way. And don't forget, guys, too, like he's the one that gave Joe Willock his debut and probably thinks highly of him. So I expect him to do well with Joe Willock too.
Yeah. Sean's just sent a comment in here saying, Gan Canyon John Sinclair, he's a lovely lad. I watched his show tonight. There was 11 watching. He needs help with his show. Look, if you don't know, I'm practically brothers with John. You know, I love him to bits. And I've actually done a lot of work behind the scenes with John. I take the mickey out of him on screen and everything like that, but he's like a brother to me, and I won't have anybody saying anything less than that. I've helped John out a lot behind the scenes, and he's been there for me during my dark times of online abuse and stuff like that. So try not to make comments like that, because you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I am best mates with John, and John takes it on the chin because he knows it's banter, and that's all it's been on the show.
Paul, you just need to see how he greeted all us on the two Saturdays he's been up. I mean, comes across and hugs and cheers, and we'll love to see him. And absolutely, he's like a brother. We'll love him to bits. Absolutely love him to bits.
I'd do absolutely anything in this world for John Sinclair, and he knows that, and he knows he can turn to me for any help he needs, and he's done that. And I'm getting a new camera shortly, so he's getting this one I'm currently using now, which will make his.
Got to help him out with headphones.
Yeah, he needs headphones. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. But he'll be getting this camera I've got now for a much reduced price as what I could sell it for. So don't worry, I am helping him, and he will get there. It's at the end of the day, I can't make people watch his channel. That's the thing. He has to do what he has to do, his own thoughts on his own channel, and make it what it is. And that's like everybody on YouTube. They just have to keep slogging away. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a lot of hard work.
He'll get there. He will.
And it's not just a case of doing a video and putting it up on YouTube. It's not a case of doing that. It's hard work. There's a lot goes into the live streams. There's a lot goes into all sorts of stuff behind the scenes. So he's getting help. Don't worry. Michael Marsden, you are a little tinker. He's just super chatted £250.
Wow.
Michael, thank you very much. As usual. I don't think he's been too grand lately, Michael, because he wasn't at the match the other day. So he's helped me out a lot in the last few days. He knows what I'm talking about with that. So thank you very much, Michael. Again, an absolute gentleman. And you are a star. He literally sponsors this channel, does Michael. So absolute gentleman, mate. And I hope to catch up with you soon. I'll drop you a message after the show, bud. Al says, hope whoever comes in brings in a shed load of top coaches with them. We still have players who could improve. Do we think that Emery's actually going to keep Jones at the club?
I don't. I think he travels with the staff.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd just like to see Graeme Jones like a youth coach.
I don't think Graeme Jones is all that.
No.
Well, this is what I was going to say, because before, obviously, the takeover, we were all talking about Steve Bruce being sacked and who would come in. And a lot of people, including myself, said that, maybe Jones could take over till the end of the season. Personally, I'm glad that hasn't happened now, because I think this whole thing with Graeme Jones is that I don't think he's all that either. I agree with Tom.
That's what I mean. Just keep him in the club, but in the lower ranks. Make him like a U15 coach or something.
But what's
because with the national team, he had stars they're playing. And they didn't do it. I mean, they did. England did good. They did decent, but he's got to have top talent player just to look good, and I don't think he gets the best out of players.
And you've got to remember, he was with Belgium for a long time with Martinez, and they still didn't win anything in the golden generation as well.
And they were loaded.
I mean, it's crazy.
Kind of like Paul Clement with Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, Louis, what's your thoughts on Jones?
Well, he's definitely not a number one. I would demote him to the. I would put him in the youth, see what he could do in the youth. But I don't think Unai Emery will keep him in his coaching squad whatsoever. No.
What about yourself, Connor? What do you think of Jones?
He's like another Steve McLaren. He's not a good number one, but he's an okay number two.
Sorry, Steve. Steve, who did you say?
Steve McLaren.
Yeah, I've kind of forgotten his
Like
name.
him.
It banished him from my mind.
We're all trying to forget it. I'm still having nightmares about him.
God, yeah, just a bit, aye.
Yeah, I think he's just the same. He can't do the number one, but he can coach.
Yeah, I agree with that. It'd be interesting to see what Emery does if indeed Emery is announced the manager. So, Will says he has a preferred 4-4-2 with the ability to attack by their central midfielders and the double pivot often used. I wonder if he will use this at Newcastle United.
Probably.
I mean, he's got the attacking players to use. That's the thing, hasn't he? He's got so many attacking players that he could play a really good formation.
If he goes with a 4-4-2, I can imagine it being Joe Linton, Wilson up top with St. Maximum and Fraser as like the wingers, and then like Willock and Hayden as the two center mids to start off with.
What about Miggy? What are you going to do with Miggy?
Exactly.
Yeah, Miggy would be my number 10.
Yeah,
well, 4-4-2 doesn't really accommodate number 10s.
No, I think
unless you drop a striker. Unless you drop a
go
striker.
4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he's got to do, 4-2-3-1, because that's, as we all said, that's our preferred formation. But having said that, it depends who comes in January. That may go out the window. We may go back to,
Yeah, but we can't wait till January. We got to talk about now.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
January's a long way away still when you look at our fixtures coming up. Roy, do you think Dwight Gill might get a look in?
No chance. I've probably got more chance than him. I think
it's obviously, you know how everybody says a new manager comes in and the slate's wiped clean and all of this bollocks. I mean, will he wipe the slate clean for certain players like that?
Nah, not Gale. Joe Linton, few of the defenders. Hendrick, maybe, you never know, but
oh god,
hell's teeth.
No, but we've got some dead wood in that team.
Yeah,
but I have a soft spot in my heart for Gale, though. I mean, he works his butt off. I mean, he runs and runs and runs. So I mean, but he just don't have the talent to play there.
Todd,
yes, sir.
Are you drunk when you watch Newcastle when Dwight Gale's on the pitch?
He doesn't run.
I mean, I've every time I've watched him, he's been running. It's just, but like Longstaff Sunday, he was shit or shot, however y'all say it. And I mean, he was awful. God, he was awful.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Ginger's got a good point as well. Sorry for any fan who doubts Emery. He actually got Luc de Jong to score twice to knock Man United out in the Europa League. And we all remember Luc de Jong playing for us.
Yep.
Couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo. Yeah, exactly.
And his brother.
Hey, I was a fan of his brother, actually. I just thought he was unlucky with injuries.
Yeah.
CM.
He was awesome for me on FIFA, though. When we had the silver away strip. Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
we went old school with the silver away strip. Happy days.
Remember the days.
Kieran says the biggest worry is if we lose Wilson, we're royally yes, we are. But that's what I was talking about Wilson for. Will he actually look to Gale in the months before obviously January? And will he actually go for a striker? I mean, Archer, do you think he'll go for a striker in January?
I think
so.
I think we will get a striker in January.
Who would you like? Sarah Moreno.
Moreno.
Both Morenos, actually.
I mean, you know who I'd love to see? I was watching him on Sunday. Tavernier, Rangers. Right, obviously used to play for us in the youth.
Yeah.
By the way, did anybody see his goal on Sunday?
Oh, that was great.
crossed from the left back, and Tavernier's on the edge of the well, basically on the corner of the 18-yard box, and he got right over the ball, and he actually volleyed it and kept it on the floor into the bottom corner. It was a fantastic goal. And there's another leader for you. You know what I mean? He scored the equaliser on Sunday, and he didn't celebrate. He went and got the ball and thought, right, come on, we're back on it here. We can get a few more, and rightly so, because they went on to score another 5.
He'd be a good backup right back or even starter.
Listen, he's better than Manquillo. He's better than Manquillo. I'm in no doubt about that. But again, this is what we need is somebody through the spine of the team. We need centre backs. Yeah, we need midfielders, and we need another striker. I mean, Connor, if I was to ask you who your ideal striker would be, without obviously being too extravagant, trying to be realistic, who would it be?
I don't even know. This is who would come to us is the problem. Who can we tempt to actually come? There's loads of strikers out there, but it's just who can we actually get?
If you say Benteke, I'm chucking you off.
No, no way. I mean, I wouldn't mind someone like Calvert-Lewin, but he's not going to leave Everton.
Oh, I don't know.
That's not a bad shout.
Yeah, no, Calvert-Lewin's a good shout.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
What about Martial? Anthony?
Yes. Todd, how much have you had to drink tonight?
That is my southern language. I can't say all those French words.
No, but
Martial.
Yeah, but the fact that you're even saying Anthony Martial is well, could you really? I mean, you're not the only Newcastle fan to have mentioned Martial, but I just don't see what the attraction is with him. I genuinely don't know what people see in him.
I don't know.
He looks like he can't be asked, but when he is, like he looks insane.
Yeah.
I mean, there again, that goes with the coaching though too as well. I mean, look what Man United is right now. I mean, they're in shambles.
Yeah, they're getting beat tonight again. By the way, they're 2-1 down.
He goes from striker left wing. He goes from striker left wing, striker left wing. Like it's kind of like our players too.
Yeah,
like they're going to get They're going to get pissed off.
Yeah, go on, Stephen. Which one?
Dusan Vlahovic from Fiorentina. I wouldn't mind him.
Yeah, he's a good player. Very good player, actually. I wouldn't mind that. What's the Swedish bloke called there? Number 9. He plays for Sweden. Isak, yeah. He's a handful half.
I love him.
What about number 9 from Lille?
Number 9 from Lille.
Yeah.
Jonathan David.
Obvious.
Oh, yeah. Is he Canadian by any chance, Ryan?
Yeah, he's from Ottawa too.
That's squinting in your eye, Ryan.
Yeah. Roy, what about you? Striker that you'd love to sign?
I would go for Ivan Toney for two reasons. He comes back home, and that'll make Brentford weaker. So it'll be too.
It would definitely make Brentford weaker. There's no doubt of that. But would Ivan Toney come back at the minute, given we sort of binned him off? I mean, that was one of Rafa's mistakes, without a shadow of a doubt, getting rid of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he would. Yeah. I like Antonio as well from West Ham.
Yeah, he's injury prone as well, though, isn't he? Yeah. We've got to be careful.
What about Santiago? We can break him out.
Oh, what's happened to him?
Well, he seems to have disappeared. I mean, he must be making another film somewhere.
Did he ever actually sign?
That's got to be a publicity stunt. I'm sorry. That had to be a last. That had to be a last FU from Mike Ashley. It had to
be. Definitely was a publicity stunt.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Peter says, well, it's not Peter Griffin, by the way, but it's I'll just call him Peter anyway. Dele Alli. A few people have mentioned him. I'm not too sure his attitude.
I don't think his attitude is up there anymore.
That's all off.
Imagine him and Shelby on the same pitch. That's a nightmare.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I mean, they'd probably fight themselves. Be another Bowyer and Dyer situation. They'd punch up in the middle of the park. Oh, Christ alive. A lot of people are mentioning Aaron Ramsey. Now, some people have said his wages are going to be a stumbling block. Listen, nobody's wages are a stumbling block for the club now. We know that.
No.
But we've got to be careful.
He's too injury prone for me. I wouldn't have him.
Yeah. But as well, Stephen, we've got to be careful that we don't sign mercenaries who are just coming for the money. We have to sign players who want to win things.
If I was going to spend big, I would spend big. I'd spend the money with the midfielders. I mean, that's where we're lacking at to me.
Yeah. Oh God, we're awful in midfield. We are rotten. Yep. So if there was a midfielder out there that you guys wouldn't mind having, I mean, Roy, any midfielder you would think?
Yeah, Calvin Phillips from Leeds.
Yeah. He's certainly a definite ball winner without a shadow of a doubt. Mr. Harrison, how about you?
Probably some like Marnie or somebody, but he'll come. But there's a lot of decent midfielders out there, Paul. We haven't got any of them, of course. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of the lad from Everton. They want to. Oh, you know, I'm making names. Can't think of the names, but
the lad from Everton.
DCL.
That's a striker, Ryan. I'm talking about midfielders here.
Decore.
Decore.
Yes, that's him. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Kante.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, Paul, anybody's better than the rubbish we've got there at the minute.
Yes. And I think, by the way, I think Joe Willock has to pull his finger out his backside as well.
I think he's been awful this season. He's definitely got second season syndrome, bless him.
Yeah, and that is a big worry, a massive worry. Yeah. I think I'd love to see Mason Mount at Newcastle, just for my daughter's sake.
He loves Chelsea too much to leave.
Well, I signed him on FIFA 22, and he didn't turn down the wages I offered him, matey. So you know, he didn't seem too committed to Chelsea when I offered him about 200 grand a week, mate.
That's probably what he's on at Chelsea right now, though.
Give away. You'll not be getting 200 grand a week.
What? He probably is at Chelsea. Look at their
no,
wage structure's through the roof. Yes,
you've had a mare.
No.
Don't make Dave Harrison laugh. He's got a bad chest.
I just looked. Mason Mount's on 88,000 a week.
There you go. So button your mush, Ryan.
I don't believe that.
You're only 120 grand short. Malcolm says Hairy Hands doesn't seem too keen on Emery, which is another positive. Why does Richard Keys keep commenting on Newcastle United? Well, I mean, why?
Simon Jordan.
Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to do with Newcastle United. Nothing. He never has had anything to do with Newcastle United. I mean,
he had the inside info on the takeover, though, didn't he, from fucking Hoffman?
Yeah, but he was the one that got Hoffman onto the board in the first place, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, I might send him some of my Manscaped gear, sort him salute.
Oh, God. You going to shave a Kiwi soon?
Ryan, I'm still trying to work out how to do an advert, mate.
John? Just get John to do it.
Get John to do it.
Yeah.
Right, I want to stay on air, right? I don't want to be... I can't get John, you know... John would have to tape things up, which just no.
Yeah, just get Barry to do it, bless him.
You what?
I said, don't get Barry to do it either, bless him.
No.
Oh, no.
Liam says, lads, how are you, man? Cruz is unbelievable. Not a chance he'd come to us.
Why not?
I think a lot of fans need to get out of this motion of players won't want to come to us, right? Because things are very, very different now than how they were 4 weeks ago. Very different.
Money talks.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, in a position. Tony Cruz has won everything, guys. Like, he's won everything club level and World Cup. Like, he's gonna... I don't know how long he's got at Real Madrid. It's like Isco I mentioned, too. He's probably a guy that would want to move from Madrid because he's won everything. They won... The whole idea of a new challenge is a thing.
Yeah. I think it would appeal to Tony Cruz because... You know, the size of the Newcastle United and what we can offer him, plus what the plans are, plus a classy manager like Emery who would come and play for. You know, if we could say to Tony Cruz, look, yeah, we struggle in this season. However, you know, come the summer, you know, providing obviously we're still in the Premier League, we are going to spend massively. You know, Ginger makes a good point there. We can spend 600 million quid before we even touch FFP. So it's we have an incredible amount of money to spend, and I think the players that we go for will be, the story will be sold to them about where we want to be in a few years' time, and the new owners want these players to be part of that journey. And if they want to be part of the journey, if they want to have, if they want to win something, they want success in their career, then Newcastle is certainly going to be one of the clubs that can offer them that. And that's not me being big-headed as a Newcastle fan. That's stating fact because of the money we have available now.
But not only that, they would be gods because they would be the people that turn Newcastle.
Especially Tony Bruce. Like, what other Germans done well for us? I've never seen I haven't seen a German play for us at all. I don't think.
Didi Hamann.
Yeah.
Didi Hamann.
No, from my time, 6 years of watching.
You're just still in nappies, man.
Yeah.
Christ,
I'm also 20. I'm 21 too, so.
Yeah, dream on. For me, I would get Kessie, centre midfielder in January. Really good midfielder. Who does he play for?
AC Milan.
AC Milan.
He's the Ivorian guy.
Steven says, deader than a dead thing from Deadland. I love it. Simon Jordan, what a muppet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Right, we'll go through a few more comments before we end. We've got about 5 minutes left. Andrew says, let's just hope that Steve Bruce doesn't put a wig on and a Spanish accent. Good evening. I like a large kebab with garlic sauce. Dear God, no. Danielle says, exciting times ahead, everyone. It will take time, but we will get there. Hey, this has been a much more positive fan forum than it was last week.
Yeah.
Even though we lost to Chelsea, we're still we're looking in a bit more of a positive manner. Paul, I think Jones will be out because Unai won't have him there. I have a feeling he's right. I think he'll want to bring his own guys in.
He will.
Yeah, I totally agree on that as well.
Unless Jones has offered another position in the club, like with the youth setup. We can't do the 23s manager because we nicked that bloke from Sunderland, didn't we?
You think he'll get total control?
Who, Emery?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I don't think he would come unless he had total control. I think he's learned lessons from Arsenal to say, look, if I come in, then I want control of players. The director of football position seems to have died down since Emery's name came into the frame. So if Emery wants to do it all, maybe that's what he's asked for. So
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it is. And I think
that's what I was thinking.
He should, for me, the manager should be the one that brings the players in. It's his team. He's got to run the football inside of it. Yes, there's pros and cons to directors of football. Undoubtedly, there is. However, if Emery's coming in, I'm under no illusions that he say, look, I want to bring my players in. I will bring players to this club who I think will bring success to Newcastle. And obviously, if the owners go with that, then they do. Neil says, Emery not a done deal. There is a presser after the Champions League game, like usual, and it might not be happening. Rumours are just that I have to wait for a signature or confirmation. Look, he's got to do his press conference anyway, and he won't. Likelihood is he's not going to answer any questions about Newcastle United in the press conference after his Champions League game.
They just
he seems to be he seems to be a very respectable guy, and I don't think he'd say anything that would sort of upset Villarreal in any way. But I also think Villarreal, obviously the buyout clause, I think they'll actually be, say thank you for what you've done. See you later.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait. Oh, Tom's come up with some encyclopedia stuff again. Clocks change across Europe at the same time as the UK. North America changed a week later. There you go. So,
speaking of that, I gotta go eat dinner now, so I'll head off now, guys.
Ryan, I've said we're finishing in 5 minutes. You can at least do that, mate.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
Dinner, it's tea.
Listen to Royal Dave there. He says it's tea, not dinner.
I just want to ask this: the atmosphere around the stadium, because God willing, I want to be able to come over there and watch a game. But do y'all do stuff like the college football in America, where y'all do like tailgating and cookout at the stadium, or is that?
God no.
No. Why don't y'all do that?
We're in the pubs drinking beer, man.
You can do that. We do that at the stadium.
Yeah, I would love to do
Yeah, we'll
that,
do that at
actually.
the stadium.
That would be fantastic. However,
Would.
do you know how cold it is over here during most of the season?
Oh my god, give a break, man. You guys say
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
cold and it's like -20 here most winters.
-20, that's positively
Let's get ready for the
autumnal.
cookout.
It gets to like
Fire.
-20, -30 up in Canada.
Todd, get yourself over here with a pickup, and we'll come to the car park for a barbecue.
Todd doesn't
Absolutely.
know that either because he's in
That's
good
a
weather
date.
in Georgia.
I know how to barbecue too.
Some big ribs,
Oh yeah.
few
Oh, yeah.
steaks, few
Yeah.
beers.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a
Definitely
plan.
go
All
for
right.
that one.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Put hairs on your chest. That mind hairs on your chest.
It'll be so good it'll make your tongue slap your brain out.
Oh Jesus!
What's the coldest weather it's been in the UK?
Well, it was 2 degrees this morning.
Yeah, we don't get anywhere near what you get, Ryan.
No, obviously not. You know when
It's
polar
funny though,
bears
you
come
guys.
round yours for tea.
It's funny when I see fans with scarves and toques and mitts. It's like holy.
Oh, hang on. It was 2 degrees this morning, and I took the kids to school in shorts, mate. Right?
Good.
I just like, yeah.
Just short. That was the scary thing.
Dave, I don't know where your fantasies quite lie at the minute, but please refrain from them on the show.
Sorry.
Right, if we look to the game at the weekend, as normal on here, we'll do predictions before we end the show. So let's see. Louis, we'll start with you, matey. I'm going to ask you 2 different predictions. I'll ask you one with Emery and one without, just in case we've still got Jones in charge. So if we've got Jones first, and then if we've got Emery.
If we've got Jones, I'll go 2-1 Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
If we've got Emery, 4-0 slaughter to Brighton if we've got Emery.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't quite expecting that, but hey, why do you think it'll be 4-0 with Emery? Just because he needs time to get the team right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, Louis, thanks for coming on, matey. We'll catch you next week, hopefully, mate.
Yeah, I think aye.
All right, take care, mate.
Right, see you. Thank you.
Good night. And Mr. PD Proudlock, your turn, with Emery and without.
If Graeme Jones is still there, 3-1 to Brighton because he'll set up with 5 at the back.
Yeah.
With Emery, I would go for a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw with Emery. That's actually, I'd take that in a heartbeat, without a doubt. Right, thanks for coming on, Peter. I'll catch up with you soon, mate.
No problem.
Take care.
See you later.
And Mr. Archer.
Yeah.
Prediction with and without Emery.
If we've got Graeme Jones, I'm going to go with 3-1 Brighton.
Yeah.
But if we've got Emery in by the weekend, I'm going to stick with my heart and go with 2-1 Newcastle.
Nice one. Right, we'll catch up with you next week, Archer, mate. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, bye.
That's Archer away. Ramy's just sent a comment in here saying, you guys would be cooked alive if you live in the Middle East. Ask Roy.
Probably.
Nah, you're fine, man.
Oh, I don't know.
I played football in 50 degrees before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All you need is a couple of bottles of water and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'd come over there in 50 degrees. I'd wear a duff coat, just lose 10 stone in weight.
You'll get a tan like mine.
Yeah, listen, mate, I just have to look at the sun and I turn colours. Honestly, I'm not actually. I don't think my skin is ever pure white. I always have a tone to it for some reason because every time I look at the sun, it just changes. Right, Connor, it's your turn to make a prediction, matey, with Emery and without.
I think with Emery, maybe a 1-1, maybe a bit more positive, and maybe concede a late silly goal as we love doing.
Yeah.
With Jones, I don't think it's great. I think it'll be a 2-3-0, to be honest.
Happy days.
Brighton did just go to Liverpool and give them a good game, and
that's very true. You know, not many teams come back from 2-0 down at Anfield. Listen, Connor, thanks for coming on, matey. Try and get yourself back on next week.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate. Good night. That was Connor. Stephen. Let's see. Let's see how you go.
I would, with Jones still in, I would go 2-0 Brighton.
Yeah.
And if we got Emery, I'm going to say a 1-0 win, Newcastle win. A scrappy win.
Do you know what I'm really surprised about is that not many people have said we'll get absolutely mullered with Jones. You know, it's always been like 2-0 or something. It hasn't been like a massive scoreline, which is interesting because I think if we've got Jones in charge, I could see us losing 3 or 4. But it'll be interesting. Anyway, mate, Stephen, thanks for coming on, buddy. Do you want to give your channel a shout out?
Yeah, One Newcastle. Just if you subscribe to it, if you don't mind.
What happened to the Geordie view?
That was Lawrence.
No,
he's still got his.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of another name you had.
That's just the hunger talking, mate. You're getting yourself confused now.
Yeah.
Right, go and subscribe. One Newcastle on YouTube. That's Stephen's channel. Good content on there, so get yourself subscribed as well.
Yeah.
Stephen, thanks for coming on, mate. Catch up with you soon, bud.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, see you later.
Take care.
See you, mate.
Roy, I'm
here
very
we
interested to see which way you're going to go with your predictions here.
With Jones, we're going to park the bus. There's going to be 0-0 at half time. And then Brighton is going to score. And then we're going to open up. And it's going to be too late. And then they're going to score the second. So I'll go 2-0.
Okay.
With Emery, we're going to win 2-1. We'll score.
That's the
we'll
spirit.
attack.
That's what we need to hear.
We'll score. We'll attack. The defense is still shit. They'll score 1, but we'll win 2-1.
Fab. Right. Well, you take care. Thanks for coming on
too,
again,
mate.
Roy. Hopefully catch up with you next week.
You too, mate.
Good night, man.
See you next week.
See you, Roy.
Take care. Todd.
Yeah.
This is your first time making predictions on this show, so let it be good.
I'm gonna go with Jones 2-0 Brighton, and then with Emery, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a draw 1-1.
Right. Well, it's positive with Emery, negative without him. So, yeah, I'm going along them lines as well. Listen, Todd, thank you very much for joining us from over there.
Hey, thank you for letting me come on, guys. I enjoyed it, and I'll be watching y'all from now on.
Brilliant. Try and get yourself back on. It's every Tuesday at the same time, Todd.
All righty. Who are the lads?
How are the lads? Good night, man.
Good night.
It's nice to have people from all over the world coming on and giving their thoughts. Ryan.
Yeah.
It's now time for your predictions with Emery and without.
I'm going 1-1 for both.
Oh, just sit on the fence, why don't you? Is that not an easy way out, Ryan?
No, I just think that will stink up the Amex. Like it's always bad going there. We got humiliated last year in the previous 3 games in the Premier League against them as just draws. So
yeah,
I don't expect anything there. And not looking forward to it.
Fair enough. Right, you get yourself a win, get your dinner.
Tea.
Yeah.
Tea, says Dave.
Right. All right, take care, guys.
Try and get on next week as well, mate. See you. Speak soon, bud.
See ya.
Take care, man. And Mr. Harrison is down to the King of Northumberland for his last. The last predictions come from you, my friend. So with and without Emery.
Well, I've been thinking about this with everybody saying things, and I agree with if Jones is still in charge. But I can't believe, can I? I hope not. That Jones will play such a bad team and
listen. We thought that against Chelsea as well, but he did.
Yeah, well, this is it, and that's what's got me worried. So I can see 2-3-0 if he's in charge. I think if Emery comes tomorrow or Thursday, I think the bounce will do us the world of good. And I can see we're sneaking something, and I'll take a draw now, I think. But
because the players will be wanting to perform for him, won't they?
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
Won't as bad as
I mean, and that's what I can't understand with them not wanting to play for Jones, which makes me wonder whether he was part of the problem. You know, I hope not, because I think he seems to be a decent coach, but
that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, I think he's part of the problem.
Is he part of the problem?
Yeah, so I'd hope a sneaky 1-1. Right. Maybe he's like Todd says, I get a 2-1. But if Jones is in, he plays the same formation as he did at Chelsea, we're going to get mullered. Absolutely mullered.
Well, listen, thanks for coming on, Dave. I know you've you've battled through, mate. You've battled through, and I really appreciate
you've been
that.
there, mate. So you know what it's like. So
Just get a hot toddy inside you and get some good sleep and get well soon, matey.
I will do. Cheers, Paul.
Love the dot as well. All right, good night.
Yeah, I will do, mate. Yeah, no bother.
Take care. So there you go. That is another fan forum over for another week. Brilliant as usual, getting everybody's comments and getting them live on the show, which has been fantastic. Thank you to all who've took part in the show in the live comments as well. Thank you very much to everybody that sent in super chats, especially Michael, 250 quid. My God, you just blow me away every single time, mate. Your generosity is absolutely incredible. It really is. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And to everybody else who's made super chats tonight, thank you so much for donating to the channel. And a big thank you again to everybody that's subscribed. It's helped me get to 5,000 subscribers. Couldn't do it without you guys. Obviously, it generally, I'm amazed. 5,000 people subscribe to watch me and these little old shows on YouTube that I do. But it means the absolute world to us. It really does. It's the subscribers are going up every day, which is absolutely incredible. I'm honestly just blown away by every single one of you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for getting me to 5K. And like I say, it's onwards and upwards now. Like I said at the start of the show, do keep an eye out for a video coming tomorrow where I'm going to try and explain the changes and why I'm making those changes, because I think it's fine to make changes on the channel, but I think I like to keep this. You guys out there informed as to why I'm making the changes, and there is reasons for them, which I hope that you can all, agree and support me with. It'll be disappointing to lose a few things on the channel, but there'll also be good things coming on the channel as well. And when you hear my reasons for doing it, then obviously I hope you really will understand. But that's it tonight for the fan forum. As usual, brilliant viewing figures and fantastic show. Getting everybody from all over the world coming on tonight and having their say on Newcastle United. The fan forum will be back next week at 8:30 again, where we'll be talking about the Brighton game, the new manager, the international break, and the Brentford game in a fortnight. How's that going to change? Or, will we have made an actual managerial decision by then? God, I really hope so. But thank you to everybody again for watching, and have a fantastic rest of the week. Keep an eye out for the video tomorrow. And then obviously I think the match review for the preview, for the Brighton game might be on Thursday this week, but keep an eye on Twitter, keep an eye on YouTube for that. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for watching the fan forum. Have a wonderful week. Take care.